Kemisola was raised with strict Christian values, believing that purity was the greatest gift she could give her future husband. She devoted herself to her studies, graduated with honors, and secured a high-paying job as a banker. Throughout her life, she rejected countless men, convinced that true love and happiness would come in marriage. Get ready for an exciting journey filled with engaging stories, fun adventures, and moments that will inspire and entertain you. Your support means the world to us, so don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel to keep you updated when we post something new, and share with your friends and loved ones as we embark on this amazing journey together. Kemisola was the pride of her family, a girl raised with strict Christian values. Her parents, Deacon and Deaconess Adeyemi, instilled in her the importance of chastity, prayer, and obedience. "Keep yourself pure, my daughter," her mother always told her. "Your husband will value you for it." From childhood to adulthood, Kemisola lived by these words. She excelled in school, attended the best university, and even graduated with first-class honors. During her NYSC, National Youth Service Corps, she continued to maintain her principles. Men came her way, handsome, wealthy, intelligent, but she turned them all down. "I cannot give my body to a man who is not my husband," she always told herself. But there was a problem. Because she had never explored relationships, she had no idea what it meant to love someone emotionally and physically. She believed marriage was only about companionship and sharing responsibilities. After her youth service, she secured a job as a banker in one of the biggest banks in Lagos. It was there she met Jide. Jide was charming, well-dressed, and highly intelligent. His reputation at the bank was solid. He was hardworking, respected, and known for his integrity. The first time he saw Kemisola, he was drawn to her beauty. Her dark skin glowed like polished ebony, and her smile was captivating. Jide had also lived a very disciplined life. Though he had been in relationships before, he had no real experience with intimacy. When he and Kemisola started dating, he admired her purity, and she admired his ambition. Within a year, they got married. Kemisola was overjoyed. Finally, she had found a man who shared her values. She had waited all her life for this. But the wedding night was the beginning of her pain. On their wedding night, Kemisola was nervous but excited. She had waited all these years for this moment. But when they tried to make love, Jide struggled. He had no skill, no confidence, and no passion. It was over before it even began. Kemisola was confused. "Is this how it's supposed to be?" she asked herself. The next night, the same thing happened. And the next. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. The problem remained. Jide simply could not satisfy her. Kemisola, who had never known the pleasures of intimacy, was now beginning to understand why people spoke about it with such excitement. She had waited all her life, only to be left unfulfilled. She tried to talk to Jide about it, but he always got defensive. "It's not the most important thing in marriage," he would say. "We love each other, and that's what matters." But she was frustrated. And then, fate brought back someone from her past. One afternoon at work, Kemisola received a message on Facebook. It was from Femi, a classmate from university. He had been one of the men who pursued her back then, but she had rejected him. They started chatting casually. Femi was now a successful businessman. He was confident, experienced, and bold. Soon, their conversations became more personal. "How's marriage?" Femi asked. "It's fine," she replied. But inside, she knew she was lying. One evening, she agreed to meet him for dinner. She told herself it was harmless. But when she saw him again, something stirred inside her. The way he looked at her, the way he spoke, the way he touched her hand gently, it awakened something she had never felt before. The first time it happened, she blamed herself. The second time, she blamed Jide. The third time, she stopped feeling guilty. Jide noticed the changes. His once loving wife was now distant. She avoided him at night, always finding an excuse to sleep early or work late. One evening, he confronted her. "Are you seeing someone else?" At first, she denied it. But soon, the truth came out. "I deserve to be happy, Jide," she said in tears. "I waited all my life for marriage, only to end up in a relationship that makes me miserable." Jide was shattered. He had failed her. He had failed himself. His pain affected his work. His mind was never at rest. His performance dropped, and within months, he was fired. Depressed and confused, Jide turned to alcohol. Kemisola, now fully involved with Femi, tried to balance both lives, but the guilt became unbearable. One evening, she packed her bags and left. Jide sat alone in his apartment, staring at the empty bed. The woman he had loved, the woman he had married with pure intentions, was gone. He had lost everything: his job, his wife, his dignity. Kemisola, though happy with Femi, found out that things were not perfect. Femi was not the kind of man who stayed with one woman. He had others. She was just another conquest. One night, she cried bitterly, realizing she had lost everything. She had broken the marriage she had prayed for all her life. Jide tried to move on. He went for therapy, started a small business, and found solace in church. But he never fully healed. Kemisola, on the other hand, was never the same. She lived with regrets, knowing she had destroyed the very thing she had waited her whole life for. Love, once broken, is not always easy to fix. And sometimes, waiting for the perfect moment only leads to the greatest disappointment.